Hello, and welcome to the Fundamentals of Nonsense. Today, we're going to talk about the story of the man who allegedly spared Hitler. So, let's start with a little context. Henry Tandey is going to be the subject, and he was a downright badass. He was the second highest awarded British soldier during World War I, earning the Distinguished Conduct Medal, the Military Medal, and the highest and most prestigious award for valor in the presence of the enemy, the Victoria Cross. Tandey enlisted in the British Army on August 12, 1907. And after basic training, he served with the Green Howards for nearly 11 years, serving in Guernsey and South Africa prior to the outbreak of World War I. He would serve through multiple battalions and suffer wounds in battle that would hospitalize him twice. And on July 26, 1918, Tandey transferred from the Green Howards and was posted to the Duke of Wellington's 5th Battalion on July 27th of 1918. On the 28th of August that same year, during the Second Battle of Cambrai, Tandey was in charge of a bombing party on the German trenches. With forward forces being held down, Tandey called upon two of his men, with whom he crossed no man's land, under heavy fire, bombing a trench. He then returned with 20 prisoners, capturing the German position. This act earned him the Distinguished Conduct Medal. Tandey shined in battle again on the 12th of September, where he led another successful bombing party on German trenches, capturing more prisoners, all after rescuing several wounded allies under fire the previous day. For these actions, he was awarded the Military Medal. But Tandey had an enormous day on the 28th of September. Where his platoon was held down by machine gun fire, Tandey crawled forward and located where the attack was coming from, and led a small team to silence it. The platoon then found that a bridge crossing a canal, necessary for their advancement, had been damaged. Tandey repaired the bridge under heavy fire, allowing his fellow soldiers to cross. Later that night, he and only 8 members of his platoon were heavily surrounded by the enemy. He led them on a bayonet charge and fought so aggressively that not only did he survive the very lopsided odds, but he drove 37 enemy soldiers into the hands of his remaining company. To add to it, he'd been injured twice during these feats. For this day, he won the Victoria Cross. But now we get to the juicy stuff. Allegedly on this day, the 28th of September, in 1918, Tandey and Hitler crossed paths. The legend goes, a German soldier walked into Tandey's line of fire. Upon seeing that the enemy was wounded and unarmed, he decided not to shoot. The German soldier saw him lower his rifle and nodded his head in gratitude before wandering off. And this was to have been none other than Hitler himself. In 1928, Neville Chamberlain visited Hitler to engage in discussions that would lead to the Munich Agreement. While there, Neville noticed the painting in Hitler's study depicting Tandey carrying a wounded man. When asked about the painting, Hitler pointed at Tandey and stated, "That man came so close to killing me that I thought I should never see Germany again. Providence saved me from such devilishly accurate fire those English boys were aiming at us." He apparently asked Chamberlain to convey his best wishes and gratitude to Tandey. So over the years, a lot of holes have been poked into this story, whether it be timeline issues or delusion. I mean, Hitler was known to pursue stories that made him seem to be alive for a purpose, and to have been spared by one of the most coveted soldiers of the British Army when he had you dead to rights seems like good ego fuel to me. Either way, I found this research very fascinating, and if you'd like to hear more, just hit like and follow. But otherwise, thank you for listening.